All right, welcome to another episode of the Coaster Report. It's been a while since we've done one of these, but we're back. If you haven't experienced a coaster report before, it's where I go to a theme park and I ride a coaster and I tell you about it. It's just a trip report. We did a couple of these last year. We went to Cedar Point and Darien Lake, and it was a lot of fun. This year, plan to do some more of them, and yesterday we went to Kings Island. And I'm here with Jordan, who went with me. And yeah, we're just gonna run through what our day was and how things were. So, just a little bit of background. I've technically been to Kings Island once before in like 2006. So a very long time ago. Park was much different back then. I barely remember it at all. So this is basically effectively like first trip for me. But Jordan's been going there a while in more recent times, right? You think the last time you were there was like 2 years ago?
The first time I went was also 2006. I didn't know you then, though.
Yeah.
We may have been there at the same time. I guess we could have.
It's possible.
I
Probably
guess we
not.
could have. We both had Jug Lake passes at the same time. We could have been at Jug Lake together. And not
Also possible. Back in the mid 2000s. Way back.
Well, we got ours in 2001.
We had them in like 03, 04, 05, I think. Maybe
okay,
06.
yeah, I think we were 2001, 2002. I think
Yeah.
we got ours.
But anyway.
Anyway, so then I went, and my brother lives in the Dayton area, so he's not too far. So I went there in 2017 and 2018 with him. 2019 we were busy because I was in a wedding, and there was a lot of stuff going on with that, and I had some medical genetic stuff that was going on that I was getting tested for. So we were busy, so we didn't go. And then the pandemic has happened, and so yeah.
But yeah, so things are starting to calm down a little bit ish, but
Not really.
well, yeah, but we got passes this year though because we're planning on doing more trips and all that good stuff because we live real close and close-ish hour and a half drive. It's pretty reasonable to. Anyway, so I think this was their second weekend open, so we were hoping it was going to be a relatively peaceful day, not too miserable, but it turns out we were totally wrong. It was not a very good day to go.
It was like 83, 84, and so everyone and their cat decided to come out.
Yeah. Low to mid 80s, and it wound up being like super packed. Not great, but
it was pretty miserable.
Yeah. All right, so let's get started with first thing. I decided probably best course of action, run to Orion at the back of the park because it's their new flagship. Yo, Techno with the raid. Hey everybody. Hey Michu. How's it going? We just started. Welcome on in. First ride of the day, figured we run to Orion because it's their new coaster, flagship one. You want to get there early, so hopefully the lines aren't super long. Lines had already started to get pretty long because we got there at like what 11:30 and the park opened at 10.
It was yeah, we left a little late since it's like an hour and a half drive. We got there like 11:15.
Yeah, not super great timing, but I only had to wait 45 minutes, which for a new ride like this is actually not that bad.
Did it come out in 2020 or was it a 2021?
It was 2020, yeah. I don't know when in 2020 specifically. Anyway. But yeah, so I only got to ride it once, but and they were assigning seats, so I had to sit in the middle of the train. I don't know which seat's particularly good. I didn't have time to look all that stuff up, but pretty good ride. I wouldn't say it's the best Giga I've ever ridden. You got to compare it to Millennium Force, right? Which I've ridden dozens of times at this point probably, and I like that considerably more than Orion. But Orion's still pretty good. A nice feeling of flying, I suppose. Pretty good. I gave it a B+. I thought it was pretty decent. Meanwhile, Jordan,
you're not going to show the little video I got of you going up?
No, I don't have the videos on hand, unfortunately. You did shoot some little clips since Jordan did not ride Orion with me. As she was the one who took that bottom photo.
I got a
But
really
yeah,
good video of him going up the chain lift, and he
yeah,
waved, and it was like in perfect frame.
yeah. I should download those videos and put one of them in here. But it was surprising, like how you leave the station and then the chain like yanks you up the hill. It like really hauls you up. It was surprising how fast that thing moves up the lift. So
It
it was,
seems like, since I watched the chain lift a bunch of times while I was waiting, it seems like it has kind of like a normal chain lift until the whole train is then on the chain lift, and then it does like some sort of turbo lift. That's how it looked
yeah,
to me. Maybe it's
something like
different for
that.
you riding it.
I don't know. It was fun though. Good ride. All right, let's move on. I know I keep losing focus. So then we decided to hop over to Adventure Express. This point, the lines are starting to get real long, and this
This
was
is about
probably
noon, well afternoon.
yeah, about noonish, yeah. Um, and so this is an Arrow mine train, so similar to like Cedar Creek Mine Ride if you've been on that. And this one, Jordan, you've ridden this one quite a few times. It's I don't know, what do you
Yeah,
think?
I
One of your
I ride this every time I go.
a favorite
What?
or
Yeah, I mean, though I don't know if it's just because like I was a little bit dehydrated. The last few times I've been um here, it's been in the fall and it's been a little cooler.
yeah,
Um, and I definitely, I don't know. I didn't start having like motion sickness issues till I was maybe about 2021. Um, so the first time I rode this, I was fine. And the other two times I rode it like first thing in the morning before it got hot, but it was pretty hot. I felt like it rattled me around a lot more than
it
normal,
does, yeah.
but I don't know if
Because
I don't know if that's just getting old or if it was like dehydration had something to do with it too.
well, it's also an well, not oldish Arrow coaster, and they rattle you around. There's a lot of like jerky transitions, and it is very bumpy, whips you around. I kind of enjoy that. Just
Yeah, I normally like that, but I usually ask to sit in the front seat just because I'm usually better in the front seat, like just
yeah,
from motion sickness purposes. But yeah,
yeah. What I particularly like about this one, especially when you compare it to the one at Cedar Point, is the theming is really good. You've got a lot of tunnels, and the second lift has got those animatronic dudes in it, and it's cute and it's a lot of fun. So I thought this one was really enjoyable.
I like it.
Yeah, good stuff. We'll definitely try to ride this next time I go if I can. All right, after that, the other express ride, Woodstock Express. This is a junior wooden coaster over in the Kitty area. But surprisingly, this one really hauls. I really like this one a lot. So I'm not really sure what there's to say about it. We only had to wait 60 minutes, which is nice. The Kitty area was starting to really fill up, but the ride ops, I did want to mention earlier, the ride ops for all these coasters were really good. Orion, like the line was long, but they were really cranking trains through really efficiently. So good job, Orion ops. Same for Adventure Express, was pretty good. And Woodstock Express, like they were riding two trains on both Adventure Express and Woodstock Express, which I wasn't expecting. I was expecting one train on these, but
Woodstock
they
doesn't look big enough to.
it does. You wouldn't think. You wouldn't think, but they were running two trains on this thing.
Basically, right as one is finishing loading, the second train comes in and is waiting there, and then after they dispatch it, so it's pretty efficient.
Yeah. But yeah, so this thing looks small, but it goes surprisingly fast, especially for a kid level coaster.
I was pretty frightened, and I was already like, I had a little bit of a headache from getting rattled on Adventure Express.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, this looks fine. I can see the whole track. It helps when I can see the whole track. And I'm like, okay, I know I can, and there was like, I don't do weightlessness well. Like, there's like almost no, we were in the middle though. We were in the dead middle of the train. So that might have affected it. But I probably would ride it again, just maybe not when I'm dealing with dehydration.
Yeah, definitely. Like, even though it's in the kiddie section, don't sleep on this one. I thought it was a lot of fun. Especially, it looks unassuming, but or maybe we just had a good day.
I really thought, like, at one point I was like, holy shit, like, we're gonna, like, fly off. Like, I felt like we were gonna fly off the track because it was just going so fast for such a little coaster.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. Good stuff, though. All right, moving on.
Oh, yeah, and then there's me.
What? Oh, yeah, and there's
me and my
Jordan.
brother.
Evidence that Jordan was there. Yeah, and her brother showed up for a little bit because he lives nearby, so we rode some coasters together. All right. Next up, I have, we usually have a lunch slide. We didn't really have lunch today. We just kind of like snacked over the course of the day. I had made a sandwich at home and brought it with me. You got an Auntie Anne's pretzel that we shared, and it actually slapped. It was a really good, particularly good pretzel for whatever reason. I don't know if it's like we were like really requiring calories at the time. Yeah, I needed some salt, but it hit
and
really
then
well.
I got a giant fountain blue Powerade, and it was amazing. When I got my ice cream first. I got the blue ice cream first.
Yeah, Kings Island, they're like famous for the blue ice cream for some reason, so you got to get the blue ice cream.
It's like blueberry, but you can also get twisted with vanilla, and I'm like, I'll do that because it was hot. I was like, I'm not feeling anything too strong.
I had a bite. It was pretty good. It tasted like blue.
It was really hitting me then. So yeah, Andrew got like 2 bites in, and then they went to go ride Diamondback.
Oh, spoilers.
And then, sorry. Anyway, I had this, and then while they were waiting in line for the next coaster, I went and got the pretzel because I realized the Powerade I got with the soft serve was not enough, and so then I was like, I need more electrolytes.
Yeah, because it was hot and sunny. You gotta have those electrolytes. Powerade was worth it.
Yeah, I got a gold pass this year, and Andrew's got platinum pass.
We have passes because we're planning on more spoilers. We're planning on a trip down to Virginia later this fall to hit King's Dominion and Busch Gardens. So I figured that would be worth it for that. And if I happen to go to Cedar Point this year, it'll be nice. But I don't have any current plans. So yeah.
Nausea rating low. My nausea rating was not good from the dehydration. I don't know if I'd say it's that low.
Well, I got to put stats on there, so. All right, and then yes, as Jordan has spoiled, we went on Diamondback. This is the other B&M big hyper coaster. A little bit older, but this one definitely had our longest wait by far, but was worth it. I got to say, after riding this one, big fan. Better than Orion, and I don't think it was particularly well. It was was it close? Maybe. Like it was for me. Diamondback is clearly better. I think it had because I like forces on coasters. That's my taste. Like that's what I'm looking for. Diamondback definitely had the forces. Like it feels like you're going fast. It's jerking around a little bit. You get some great hills with some good airtime and everything. Plus you got the water splash at the end. It's really fun to watch that go by.
Yeah, you should have uploaded that video I did.
I know. I didn't get we got lots of photos, or not photos, we got lots of videos of the water splashes, but I didn't put them in the presentation.
The water splash is the best part.
Yeah.
I can watch that all day.
Yeah, it's fun. Like, and that goes for a lot of Kings Island. Like, there's if you don't even want to ride the rides, it's just nice to walk around and look at them. Like Diamondback is a fun coaster to watch. And the path goes right under the last splasher. Like I don't know if it's really easy to see in this photo here, but this in this first photo, like this little valley here is where that last water splash is. The path goes right under it, so you're standing really close to the trains as they go by, and it's a lot of fun to just kind of watch them, and it's a good time. So, highly recommend. Definitely going to try to ride this one every time I go for sure, if the lines aren't too terrible. And next up, the clear winner for best ride of the day, Woodstock Whirlybirds.
This is the best ride.
Best ride of the day. Best ride. I have never ridden one of these before, but if you're an RCT player and you ever built the mini helicopter ride, that's what this is. It's just like a loop. You get your little helicopter, and it takes you around the loop, and that's all it is.
I think I've ridden this one every single time I've gone because I rode it with my mom in 2006. I don't remember it wasn't Peanuts themed then. It was all Nickelodeon themed, so I can't remember what it was.
I'd have to look up what they were called.
My favorite.
Wikipedia knows. But yeah, we actually managed to cram all 3 of us in the helicopter, so you can fit 3 adults in there if you're slim enough, I guess.
Well, it helps that me and my brother aren't very big.
Yeah, I'm not big either. What
it was barely me and my brother, me and Evan barely fit in the Woodstock Express next to each other. That was just about it.
That one you got to be careful with. Yeah, the trains aren't particularly large. But what I was disappointed about, so there are pedals for you to pedal as you go along, but they don't do anything anymore. I don't know if they used to be purely pedal operated, but now it's totally powered. So you have the option to pedal if you want to get the extra exercise, but they don't actually do anything, which is kind of disappointing. But we still had a lot of fun on this. You know, it just goes in a big loop around the kiddie area. You get some really nice views of the park, and yeah, it was a good time.
It's pleasant. I think we waited a little closer to 40 minutes than 30, though.
Maybe. It was hard to tell from my notes, but
it was late. It was late by the time this happened.
Yeah.
The propeller goes by the wind.
Yeah, the propellers are wind powered.
So when we were queuing to get off,
there's side propellers. Those are wind powered. The propellers on top. I think those are servo powered. They're always going.
Yeah.
So the pedals literally do nothing. When we got on the ride-offs, we're like, you can pedal if you want, but you don't have to. Like, okay,
did they say that?
Yeah.
I thought he said you can put the belt on your lap, but if it doesn't buckle, it's fine.
Well, he said that to us, but I heard them saying to somebody else, like, you can pedal if you want. It's optional. And yeah, so I pedaled, because why wouldn't you? You got to get the whole experience.
There's only 2 sets of pedals, though, so if you squeeze 3 people in, either you're going to have to do what I do and share a pedal with somebody.
Yes.
And it was not pleasant, though, so I stopped.
No. But yeah. Anyway, I gave this one a triple S, best ride of the park. Definitely make the flight over to Ohio just to ride Woodstock Whirlybirds. Okay. And that was it. That was all we got to that day.
Everything was broken.
Yeah, like I said earlier, it got busy, and like half. So okay, in this list, there's like I listed like 7 rides here. I wanted to ride all of these if I could, but all of them were like going down off and on over the course of the day. And as they were doing, I think Banshee didn't go down at all. But like as that happened, the people, go to the rides that are open, which makes the lines all incredibly long. So like the Banshee line was like 2 hours all day long. Like I'm not gonna wait 2 hours for Banshee.
It was like 45 minutes before we rode Adventure Express.
Yeah,
but I wanted to ride Adventure Express, so you and my brother were nice to go ride that with me.
Yeah, and I figured since we're planning on going back at least several more times this year, we were gonna, we were trying to take it easy and not push ourselves to ride everything today because it's gonna happen eventually. We
were still there like 7 hours.
Yeah, we were there from like 11 to 6 ish.
11:15 to just before 6.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was down a couple times. Invertigo was down multiple times. Mystic Timbers was down multiple times.
Yeah. Invertigo valleyed with people on it, apparently. And they had to I only read about this. I didn't see it happen, but they had to get like a scissor lift out to let people off Invertigo. So apparently pretty cool stuff.
And then last night, Orion crashed.
Okay.
It didn't crash.
There was an incident. We don't really know. There are rumors that trains touched each other. Crashed is not really a good word for it.
I'm calling it crashed.
It was before. There's a photo on Facebook somebody posted. It was like in the station. The train in front was empty. There was a train behind it, and they were very close to each other. Not supposed to happen. So I don't know if Orion's going to be closed for a while or what.
That photo. The yellow and orange one, that's Flying Ace Aerial Chase. Used to be called Reptar, but it was like Rugrats themed. Yes. That one I wanted to ride, but there's only one train, and it's like the slowest loading ride.
Ops
like I stood there
on Flying Ace.
I got a bit of a video, and it wasn't good. So then I waited to do another video of it going around that little helix there. And then I accidentally deleted that one, and then I gave up. But
we were watching it. Yeah, we were watching it go as we were waiting in line for Whirlybirds, and it was like 5 or 10 minute dispatches. It was awful.
Oh, it was bad. But I was watching it when you guys were waiting for Diamondback, and it's not a very long ride, but it was like people had clearly been off, and I don't know if it's because it's the restraints. I don't know, because the kids, they have to make sure the kids are in there.
Kids don't understand. It's like coaster restraints.
It's a family friendly ride. But I think actually that one seems like the tamest, and I wish I had ridden it.
Yeah, Next time we'll get
And then
you on it.
because Mystic Timbers was down and
Mystic Timbers was
Vertigo
up
was
and down.
down.
We tried to go
And
over
I
to Mystic
think that
Timbers at least twice. Both times we went over there, it was like just closed, and they were
it
turning
was
people away.
running. It was running when you guys were in the Diamondback queue.
Mm-hmm.
But like I think the bat might have been down again when we were leaving. But like
Possibly,
I
yeah.
know you wanted to try to do the racer before we left, but the racer looked bad.
Yeah, because there wasn't anything else to ride. There were like 4 rides that were open at a time, so that's where everybody went. And like, I'm not gonna wait 50 minutes for the racer. I'll go another day when it's a walk on, you know.
Yeah. There's a log ride pretty close to Mystic Timbers. And then
Yeah.
where's the splash boat? Is the splash boat by the bat?
I don't remember. I don't have the park map in my head very well yet.
I know the area by Mystic Timbers and the train and everything well because that's where my brother and I end up spending a lot of time
Yeah.
when I go with him.
But yeah, they do have a log ride and a splash boat. I don't know what other kind of water ride. They have a water park with some slides in on the other side of the parking lot.
There's a river raft ride, but I think it was closed too.
Yeah. But yeah, Beast still closed. Supposedly Beast is going to open in May. So hopefully I'll be able to ride it when that happens. I don't know how soon I'm going to go because all the other enthusiasts are going to be like, let's go ride the Beast with the new ray tracking. I don't know. Maybe that won't make a difference. And then we weren't allowed to ride the Great Pumpkin Coaster because you have to have a baby with you, basically. So no credit for me.
I wanted to ride it.
Have you ridden? You never did ride it before,
No,
did you?
when it was Little Bill's Giggle Coaster, I was almost 18. So, there was no way I was going to ride it. I have a photo of me and Little Bill.
Yeah. So I guess we'll have to borrow somebody's kid. You have friends with kids. We can borrow one, bring them in so we can ride Great Pumpkin
Yeah,
Coaster.
their kids aren't tall enough, though.
Oh, you're right. All right, so maybe in another like 5 years.
But the thing is, though, they all live like 30 to 50 minutes away from me, so that'd be like a 3-hour journey.
That's a long drive and a big hassle.
Take them down just to go ride the pumpkin.
All right.
I don't know if. Yeah, I don't think that's gonna happen.
No. Okay. All right, so my rankings.
Oh, you got the Great Pumpkin Coaster credit?
Oh,
Kelly.
so jealous, Bacon. All right, man. So I got to do my ride rankings. It's pretty obvious what they probably are going to be. Woodstock Whirlybirds is 5th place, but it's still a high 5th place. It was still fun. I had fun on it. It's number 1 in our hearts. Woodstock Express, again, like I said, these are all good. I still enjoyed my time on all these rides very much. Woodstock Express, Adventure Express, both very good coasters. And then I know my hot take, Orion, number 2, Diamondback, number 1. Great coaster. Love Diamondback.
And Orion was down part of the afternoon too.
Yeah.
Like after Diamondback, that's why everything else was really bad.
Yeah. All right, and then
and like
what?
I normally go with my brother during like the Halloween stuff, and I know that's usually supposed to be pretty busy time for parks during the Halloween stuff, but nothing was ever down quite that frequent as it was yesterday, and I don't think any of the lines were all that long. So
yeah, hopefully
it was an anomaly, I think.
Yeah, I'm gonna hopefully chalk it up to it's the beginning of the season still. Park is only open on weekends right now. They're maybe training new staff. Who knows? Maybe there's a good reason. Maybe next month when the park's open more consistently, operations will be better. We'll find out. All right, and just to wrap up, some general thoughts. Like I said earlier, worth a visit, even if you're not much of a coaster fan. It's just a nice place. It's a beautiful park. It's just nice to like walk around, especially in that front plaza where they have the big Eiffel Tower and the fountain thing and all those shops. It's beautiful. It's a great place to just kind of walk around and look at the stuff. And it's big. It's a relatively big area, so you get a lot of walking in. So it's nice.
The kid. Were you just saying that the kid area is really big?
No, the whole park.
Oh, so but their kid area is very.
It is.
It's very robust. I feel like compared to Jog Lake, the Jog Lake kid area was not fun.
No, and even compared to like Cedar Point, Cedar Point's got a couple kid areas and they're kind of lame. We walked through the kiddie area at Kings Island quite a few times and it was nice. Like even though it was full of annoying screaming kids, I I liked walking around it and just looking at all the fun stuff there. So,
Watching their equivalent of the butterflies.
yeah, the spinny thing, the one spinny. I mean, they're all a bunch of
It's
spinny
like the
rides.
Euclid Beach butterfly. I don't
The
know
one
how
where
else to
you
describe
have got
it.
the rudder that you can maneuver. That one's a lot of fun to watch.
Bacon, how far are you from Kings Island?
I know there's a lot of Ohioans in chat. Bacon, I think, is one of them.
Oh, okay. So he's in the state at least.
I think so. I don't want to speak on their behalf. But yeah, like I said, be prepared for riding existing in the early season. That's kind of a guess on my part. I don't know. Hopefully it'll get better later on in the season. But yeah, maybe we just got unlucky with a particularly bad day. Which isn't to say I didn't have fun, because we definitely had fun, even though we only got to ride 5 rides. I still had a good time. And queue time trackers are not reliable. So Kings Island, they've got an app where they have queue times listed, and there's also queuetimes.com, and they were never accurate the whole day.
Sometimes it just said open.
Yeah, the one for Mystic Timbers, it always says open, even when the park is closed, and there's never an actual time listed. And even like the user submitted reports on queue times didn't make a whole lot of sense. Like there was a 5-minute wait listed for Bat for like half the day, and Bat was never 5 minutes. It was always like half an hour at
submitting.
least. Yeah, not enough of a crowd there for the queue times to be accurate. Maybe compared to like Cedar Point, it worked out really well, but there's a lot more crowds, a lot more people submitting to queue times. Maybe that's something to do with it. And as always, drink your water. It was 80 degrees. 80 degrees is very hot, especially when you're outside walking around all day, and it was very sunny. Gotta stay hydrated. Take care of yourself. That's all I got for Coaster Report today. Any last thoughts for Jordan?
Is a better value instead of getting the bottled, like not even 20 ounce. They're like maybe 18 ounce Powerades. Don't get the bottle ones. Pay the extra 50 cents and go to one of the places that has a fountain and get the giant fountain cup.
And ask for no ice.
And no ice. That was the most beautiful part of my day.
You get like a
downing
gallon
half
of
that Powerade. It was beautiful.
It was good. It was a refreshing experience. All right. Well, thank you for joining me, Jordan, for this edition of the Coaster Report.
Yeah, you're welcome. I better get moving.
Yeah.
I got stuff to do.
You've got things
thank you
to
for
attend to.
having me over.
Yeah. And thanks everybody for joining me. And again, like I said, I'm planning on going to Kings Island a lot this year if I can. Probably not going to do a Coaster Report every time, just when there's like major updates or something particular I want to talk about. But yeah, that'll do it for that.